It's absolutely gorgeous, that. I call it the Brown Jim. What it is, it's about that much Kahlua, the coffee liqueur, and then I'll top it up to about an inch from the top with Gold Top milk, you know, the really creamy stuff. And then, this is what makes it a Brown Jim. You have to do this or it's not a Brown Jim. That last little bit out of a can of evaporated milk, it's a killer. It's absolutely delicious. Christmas leftovers. I went to my local junk shop yesterday. I don't know if it's a junk shop or is it a bit of an antique dealer, is house clearances, all sorts. Little place in Dunstable where Lloyd's Bank used to be. And I picked this up. It was in a little display cabinet, labelled as Trench Art. I thought, well, that's interesting. At a glance, I thought it was, you know, a cartridge. A cartridge that's been adapted for some other purpose. But actually it's not, is it? That's not a cartridge. And I think the reason it was labelled as Trench Art is probably because whoever labelled it up looked at it and thought it probably was a bullet. It definitely isn't. I'll give you a bit more of a close-up in a minute. What it actually does, it's a bottle opener. And to pop it back again, press that little button and in it goes. Let me give you a close-up of it, because I've got a lot of questions about this thing. It's such a weird item. I love the mechanism on it. I hope the camera's going to pick that up. If I just shine my torch down inside there, when I press that little plated knurled bit on the end, don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but just down in there you might see that little latch just popping in and out. And then if you turn it upside down, obviously it releases the latch and out it pops. Now at first I did think it was handmade. That looks quite roughly drilled and filed out, but it's not handmade, because I discovered on closer inspection and after a bit of a clean up, it is actually stamped with something just there. Let's get the magnifying glass on that. Right, now again, I'm not 100% sure how well this is going to come out on the camera. Get my magnifying glass on it. Now looking at that earlier, I wondered if it said Fokker. Yes, Fokker with an O. Thank you very much. It doesn't. It says foreign. Whether or not you can pick that up, I don't know. But just there, it's stamped with the words foreign. I do remember when imported objects did just have foreign stamped on them. You don't see that anymore. I'm not sure what the story is behind why they just used to say foreign rather than saying where they were made. Quite often it was Hong Kong back then. So where that was made, I've got no idea. I would love to know. Despite looking quite crudely filed out there, it is obviously manufactured. Now, taking a closer look at this end, that there is what we call a hose tail. That's designed so that when you push a rubber hose over it and put a little clamp on it, a little Jubilee clip or a wire clip or whatever, it holds the rubber hose on. That's definitely a hose tail. And then obviously they've added this little plated knurled bit. So what this originally was, I really don't know. I think the people in the shop thought it was a bullet casing. It's not. Here's a bullet casing. I've got one on my shed keys. That's a bullet. Well, this one's been turned into the old everlasting match. It leaks it leaks, so it can't actually be used as an everlasting match. I've just changed it into a keyring. But that's very obviously not a bullet casing. I think that's what they thought it was in the shop. What it was, I don't know. Has anybody ever seen one of these before? I don't know where it was made. I don't know when it was made. It does appear to be manufactured rather than handmade. It is just the weirdest little object, and it only cost me £6. That's why I bought it. I thought, well, for £6, I don't need any more bottle openers. I've got millions of them on various different devices. But it's just such an interesting, weird little thing. If anybody's got any idea, let me know.